Yeah, so we'll go into this some more because this is another thing that I find very fascinating. It's very fascinating to me that by all appearances and all empirical evidence that we have in front of us, we live in a fucking communist society. Like, basically the whole world is just one big communist socialist society. But everybody's talking as though that's not true. They're like, if we don't do something, we're going to end up in a socialist communist society. And it's like, well, that doesn't really make much sense, that being like the headline news when you look around. It's like, dude, this has been a communist socialist society most of my life. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, that it's gonna come. Like, the communists are coming, the commies are coming. Like, you don't notice that they've been here the whole time? You don't know? Oh, all right, I guess the commies are coming then, right? It's crazy. It's so crazy, right? So anyways, I did this video, and it's uploading now, about just using it's the Jays. It's the Jays, it's the Jays, to kind of illustrate, like, dude, this is pure insanity. Like, none of this, it's just communist media. It's just more communist media. It's no different than all white people are white supremacists argument. It's all the same shit. It's all the same. And so like, I can point this out until the cows come home to people like, for example, like It's the Jays group. I call them, the J question problem, the J problem question person. I call them the JPQ tard. The people that are all into this It's the Jays argument. It's like, you will find reasonable people, but they're not so. But the majority of them, of the It's the Jays people, they're just insane fanatics. They're totally insane. They don't even have any clue at all what's going on. And they'll act like they want to debate with you about it. And it's like, all right, I've done this I've engaged. I've gone down rabbit holes, like very far down the rabbit hole of discussing and debating the It's the Jays thing. And I've approached it with an open mind and everything. And so then these people that they're like trying to act like, well, why don't you tell me how you think that I'm wrong then? Like that they already know they're right. And so I'll be like, okay, well, here's a bunch of inconsistencies. And but they've already made up in their mind that they're right, and so it doesn't matter. You could prove to them that they're wrong, and they won't accept it, because it doesn't matter, because it's not about the truth to them. It's about winning. That's it. It's about winning the argument, not actually discovering the truth of the argument. And so they have no interest in the truth at all. They don't even care about their own cause. They just care about winning the argument. And so it'd be like if somebody's telling me that this flame is not real. And I'm like, okay. All right, I'll play along with this. You're trying to tell me that this flame is not real. Okay, and you want to debate with me whether or not this flame is real. All right, well, the first way, so you're claiming that you want to debate this with me. Right? This is what these people do. They claim they want to engage in a debate. And I'm like, and I'm just using this as an example. This is what they do. They claim they want to engage in a debate on this subject. And the allegory I'm going to give you is the equivalent of like this. Say their argument is that fire isn't real. And it's just an illusion. And they want me to engage them in this debate. And I'm like, okay, well, all right, you know, I mean, I understand the whole idea of that we live in a simulation, and I'm not saying that that couldn't be true, but the only thing is this flame, the idea of this flame not being real. So I'm like being respectful in engaging in this debate with them. I'm like, okay, because I do understand the idea of living in a simulation. You know, it's illustrated in the movie The Matrix, right? And so I'm not like being like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna fucking smash your ass in this debate. I'm like, okay, I'll engage with you because I want to have an open mind. I want to try to understand this. It's the J's thing or whatever it is. And so I'll be like, okay, but you're telling me that the flame isn't real. If you're telling me the flame isn't real, well, I can take this flame and I can do a test on my own. And I can put the flame to my skin and it fucking hurts like a motherfucker. So if it hurts that bad, how could it possibly be that it's not real? It fucking hurts, dude. That shit hurt. And they'll be like, oh no, you just don't understand. You're just closed-minded. You don't want to call out the truth that it's a simulation. And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to engage in what you're saying. I'm even putting your theory to the test myself. I'm burning myself. I'm hurting myself to try to understand. And I'm telling you, this shit fucking, that shit, what do you mean it ain't real? Like, do I have to set my fucking hair on fire to prove it? No, man, you just don't. You're just being closed-minded. You're just trying to cover up the truth that this is all a simulation. It's like, okay, bro, give me your hand. Give me your hand. And I'll show you that this is fucking real. If you're trying to tell me this, well then give me your fucking hand and I'll put this flame on you. And they're like, oh no, man, I ain't even gonna do that because I can already tell. Everybody knows you're just trying to cover it up. You're an agent. You're an agent. This is the way these It's the Jays people work. I can prove to them. I could say, here, put the fucking flame to your hand then if this ain't real. Let's see you. And they won't do it. They'll be like, oh no, I already know it's a simulation. I don't need to put that flame to my hand because I already know it's a simulation. You could do that. I don't care. I already know. I'm not even going to do that. And this is the way a debate goes with like 99% of all these, it's the Jays, all these people claiming it's the Jays. So I can prove, I can smash them easily in an argument. And that's what they'll do. They'll be, oh no, I ain't even gonna. No way, man. I've already done that. I already know. Oh, and then they'll keep going on. Yeah, nobody can prove to me that this flame is actually real. And I've talked to all these people, and none of them can prove to me that this flame is real. When all he had to do is agree to put his hand on the flame, and he's like, oh no, I ain't putting my hand on that flame because I already know it's not real. See, these guys, they don't even understand debate. They don't understand the rules of debate. They have no interest in it because they're not interested in getting to the truth of the matter. They just want to keep going on about it's the Jays, it's the Jays, it's the Jays. And I've already gone down this rabbit hole like I've gone way deep down this it's the Jays rabbit hole, and it's easily disprovable. It's complete rubbish. It's complete shit. And I just posted a video on my last video that's uploading now, and that's just another explanation of me proving that it's bullshit. It's a bullshit story. It's a psyop. It's a psychological operation that is an astroturfed trend that has snowballed on platforms like BitChute. And that's all they do is it's the Jays, it's the Jays, it's the Jays, and they just flood all the comment sections. It's the Jays, it's the Jays. And you got all these bigger channels putting out videos on it now and everything. But that, like, these video platforms, they're gatekeepers. They'll never like if it's a video, if it's a video, right? All these channels that are just talking about it's the Jays, you could smash them in a comment. You could go into the comment of that video and just smash it. Just be like, dismantle the whole thing in a paragraph. But these people that run the channels, they're total gatekeepers. So they'll usually just ignore it, or they'll get all their sock puppet accounts to downvote the comment. And everybody knows that's what goes on BitChute. Everybody knows. Nobody's, but it's just a dirty little secret. You don't really see anybody talking about it. Again, it's communist media, just like all other media. It's all communist media, all of it is. You'll see the same thing on YouTube when they're saying it's the whitey, it's the whitey, it's the whitey, it's the whitey, it's the whitey. You know, white privilege, white privilege, white privilege. It's the same thing as it's the Jays, it's the Jays, it's the Jays. It's all just such. It's all psychological fucking operations that are being platformed by fucking agents. It's all CIA. It's all. They want a race war. They want to keep, just like that saying, they keep everybody divided so that they can continue to run off with all the fucking money. And everybody falls for it every single fucking time. They have people divided in more ways than we can possibly even imagine. And it's the Jays is just another way to perpetuate division. Because you'll have people that disagree with it. They're like, no, that's bullshit. And so there's division. There's the people that don't agree with it's the Jays and the people that do agree with it's the Jays. It's just another form of dividing people. It's just like you've got people, we'll use this as an analogy. You got people that believe that this flame isn't real and that fire is just a simulation, it's not real. But I can put the flame to my fucking hand and it burns me. How could it not be real? I mean, there still sure is a possibility that it's a simulation, but boy, I'm not going to light my hair on fire. You think I'm going to light my hair on fire? You're a dumb motherfucker if you think I'm going to light my hair on fire. And that's what these it's the Jays people want you to do. They want to gaslight you in the most literal sense. They want you to light your hair on fire and in believing this it's the Jays shit. Well, I'll prove to you that it's not the Jays, and I'll and then they've achieved their goal, and then they just keep up the lie. It's the Jays, it's the Jays, it's the Jays. It's a fucking lie, dude. It's just like I'm not defending the white people when I debunk that it's the whitey, it's whitey, it's whitey, it's whitey. I'm not trying to defend that white people are innocent by debunking that false claim. I'm just saying no, that ain't true. And then, oh well, you're just saying that because you're defending white people because you're white. And it's like, okay, here we go. It's the same argument with it's the Jays, it's the Jays, it's the Jays. On and on. It's just bullshit. It's total bullshit. The truth means responsibility. And if it's an agent provocateur that's putting out the it's the J stuff, because there are a bunch of them out there doing that, well, that's their job. So, there's a saying that says it's impossible to convince someone of something when their paycheck is dependent upon them being ignorant of it. So if their job is to be ignorant of the truth, well then to them it doesn't matter if it's true or not because they're just pulling levers and pushing buttons for their paycheck, because that's what you do as an American, because you want to live a good life. So and so that means working a job, and so if your job tells you to spread a bunch of lies, well, you just do it. Pull that lever, push that button, because I got a family to feed and all this righteous reasons why I'm going to keep pulling that lever and pushing that button because I'm an American and I'm a hard worker. I work hard for my money. I'm going to just do what my boss tells me. So if I work for the CIA and my boss tells me to spread a bunch of lies about something, well, I'm going to pull that lever because I'm a hard worker. I work hard and I got a family. I care about my family. You think I ain't going to care about my family? People make these stupid rationalizations for their bullshit. And so they won't, the truth don't faze them. If their job is to misinform people, they don't care about the truth. Because they don't have to, because they're doing the righteous fight. They're protecting their family and taking care of their family. And their job is to misinform people. So you got all these agents all over, they don't care about the truth. It doesn't matter to them. The only thing that matters is their paycheck. It really makes you it starts to clear up the picture about who the fucking agents really are and who the useful idiots and the paid agents really are. And so anyways, yeah, man, yeah, and like I said, dude, I dismantled the whole thing in my previous video. The whole thing about is the Jays. And I can repeat it over and over and over again. And these people aren't going to listen. Even though they're going to claim, well, why don't you prove to me that it isn't the Jays then? I want to see some proof. And it's like, okay, all right, well, Israel is a corrupt globalist power structure. Would you agree? Well, hell yeah, it is. It's the most corruptest globalist power structure in the whole wide world. Okay. Well, the USA is a corrupt globalist power structure too, though, wouldn't you agree? Well, yeah, but that's because 80% of the government of the U.S. government is the Jays, and so, okay, but you still agree that U.S., well, wouldn't you agree that China is a corrupt global power structure as well, right? Well, yeah, because that's because of the Jays and the Jays. Okay, and so you agree that Russia is a globalist power structure? Well, yeah, because it's the... Well, what do you mean it's the Jays? Russia is like threatening to fucking nuke Israel right now. Well, that's because it's the shadows and the mirrors and smoke and mirrors. And I mean, these people, they just pull whatever out of their ass to try to defend the ridiculousness of it. But the truth of the matter is, Israel is part of the big club, just like the USA and Russia and China, and all these are a part of the big club. And so it's pointless to try to figure out which person in the big club is the most evilest of them all, and we'll remove that person, and then it'll dismantle the big club. No, it won't. If you have a big club and say Israel is the most corruptest, evilest one of them all, that's at the tippity top, is in charge of everything, and you remove Israel, well, then all that happens is whichever one that's the next most powerful takes over. But no, that's not it, because the Jays are what's the thing, and it's the Jays. See, they don't make no sense. They don't make any fucking sense at all. They claim that if you remove the most evilest globalist power structure in the whole wide world, once you remove it, all the problems disappear and it's utopia. All of a sudden it's utopia. Or something like that. I'm not saying it's utopia, but it'll be a lot better. You know, these guys, they're just insane. They're insane. They're totally like, it doesn't even make any sense what they say. And it's just so easy to dismantle their argument. And all they do is foam at the mouth and get all butthurt and pissed off. And then a lot of them, especially like useful idiots, well, they'll burn your house down because you don't agree with them. They'll try to kill you because you don't agree that it's the Jays. Even though your argument is sound. Your argument in opposition to theirs is sound, therefore making theirs look weak in comparison. All that does is infuriate them even more, and they already want to exterminate people and fight fire with fire, and everything is about all this other shit. And so, you know, they'll start coming after you. They'll try to figure out, well, how do I shut this guy down? I got to shut this guy down because I'm butthurt, because I have a resentment, because he handed me my ass on a fucking silver platter in a debate. And so now I'm going to go after him. Now it's a personal vendetta. Now it's no longer about the Jays. See, it's just like, and you think that I'm joking? You think that I'm being hyperbolic? No, this is the way this works. And see, that's what I'm saying. They claim they want to debate you, and then when you hand their fucking shitty argument, dismantle it and hand it back to them, well, they don't care about the truth. It's all personal to them. Everything is personal to them. Look at all these "it's the Jays" people. They're foaming at the mouth, demanding extermination and stuff. So what do you expect? If you fucking handily just manhandle them in a debate, well, what are they going to do? They're going to conspire to cheat. They're going to, I'm going to find out where he lives. I'm going to sneak up on him when he's not looking, and I'm going to fucking, put a bullet in the back of his head. Like a coward. They're just going to be cowards. That's what it's all based in, cowardice. Any argument that proposes that everything is this one race of people and that we need to get rid of this race of people, that's pure cowardice. On top of delusion and everything else, and psychopathy and narcissism, they're just the most fucking damaged people in the whole world. They're so fucking like just beyond any and all hope, man. And so when you soundly dismantle their weak argument, well, now it's no longer about the Jays. Their main focus is, I'm going to kill this guy. I'm going to hurt this person. I have to do something to hurt this person. And for no other reason other than it's all personal. It's just a personal vendetta. It has nothing to do with anything except for their pride has been hurt. And that's how these guys, nearly the majority of them are all like that. They don't, and that's why their whole thing is just like, is just this nonsensical, it's the Jays, it's the Jays, it's the Jays, it's the Jays. I'm just a stupid fucking retard. And when you point out, dude, you're being a complete fucking retard, then they want to attack you. They want to come after you. So that's the way all this works.